Edison is a township in Middlesex County, New Jersey, United States. As of the 2010 United States Census, Edison had a total population of 99,967, retaining its position as the fifth most populous municipality in New Jersey. The 2010 population reflected an increase of 2,280 from the 97,687 counted in the 2000 census, which had in turn increased by 9,007 from the 88,680 counted in 1990. What is now Edison Township was originally incorporated as Raritan Township by an act of the New Jersey Legislature on March 17, 1870. From portions of both Piscataway Township and Woodbridge Township, portions of the township were taken to form Metuchen on March 20, 1900, and Highland Park on March 15, 1905. The name was officially changed to Edison Township on November 10, 1954, in honor of inventor Thomas Edison, who had his main laboratory in the Menlo Park section of the township. Edison was ranked the 28th most livable small city in the United States by CNN Money magazine, and second in New Jersey in 2006 in Money magazine's Best Places to Live. In 2008, 2 years later, Money magazine ranked the township 35th out of the top 100 places to live in the United States. In the 2006 survey of America's safest cities, the township was ranked 23rd out of 371 cities included nationwide. In the 13th annual Morgan-Quitno survey, in 2009, Edison was ranked as one of America's 10 best places to grow up by U.S. News & World Report. The rankings focused on low crime, strong schools, green spaces, and abundance of recreational activities. History. Early history. Edison Township, comprising former sections of Piscataway and Woodbridge Townships, was settled in the 17th century. The earliest village was Piscataway Town, which is centered around St. James Church and the Piscataway Town Common, near the intersection of Plainfield and Woodbridge Avenues in South Edison. The Lane House of Plainfield Plantation, the Benjamin Shotwell House, and the Homestead Farm at Oak Ridge are buildings from the colonial era included in National Register of Historic Places listings in Middlesex County. The community was previously known as Raritan Township, not to be confused with the current-day Raritan Township in Hunterdon County. The Edison era. In 1876, Thomas Edison set up his home and research laboratory in New Jersey on the site of an unsuccessful real estate development in Raritan Township called Menlo Park. While there he earned the nickname, the Wizard of Menlo Park, before his death at age 83 in 1931. The prolific inventor amassed a record 1,093 patents for creations including the phonograph, a stock ticker, the motion picture camera, the incandescent light bulb, a mechanical vote counter, the alkaline storage battery including one for an electric car, and the first commercial electric light. It was in his Menlo Park laboratory that Thomas Edison came up with the phonograph and a commercially viable incandescent light bulb filament. Christie Street was the first street in the world to use electric lights for illumination. Edison subsequently left Menlo Park and moved his home and laboratory to West Orange in 1886. His Menlo Park lab has been called one of the greatest laboratories ever. 20th century. Near Piscataway Town Village, a portion of the township was informally known as Nixon, after Lewis Nixon, a manufacturer and community leader. It was the site of the 1924 Nixon Nitration Works disaster, a massive explosion and resulting fire that killed 20 persons and destroyed several square miles of the township. In 1954, the township's name was changed to honor inventor Thomas A. Edison. Also on the ballot in 1954 was a failed proposal to change the community's name to Nixon. 21st century Edison has been one of the fastest-growing municipalities in New Jersey. As of the 2000 United States Census, it was the fifth most populated municipality in the state, after the cities of Newark, Jersey City, Paterson, and Elizabeth. Edison is primarily a middle-class community with more than 75 ethnic communities represented. Edison has a large Jewish community next to Highland Park, with multiple synagogues located in Edison. Edison also has a growing Indian community and a number of temples serving the religious needs of the community. Reflecting the number of Edison's residents from India and China, the township has sister city arrangements with Shijiazhuang, China, and Vadodara, India. Geography. According to the United States Census Bureau, the township had a total area of 30.638 square miles, including 29.940 square miles of land and 0.698 square miles of water. Edison is on the east side of Raritan Valley, along with Plainfield, and completely surrounds Metuchen. Unincorporated communities, localities and place names located partially or completely within the township include Bonham Town, Camp Kilmer, Centerville, Clara Barton, Eggert Mills, Greensand, Haven Homes, Lahira, Lincoln Park, Lindenau, Martin's Landing, Menlo Park, Millville, New Dover, New Durham, Nixon, Nixon Park, North Edison, Oak Tree, Phoenix, Potters, Pumptown, Raritan Arsenal, Raritan Manor, Roosevelt Park, Sand Hills, Silver Lake, Stelton, Valentine and Washington Park. Climate. Extreme temperatures in Edison have ranged from -17 degrees Fahrenheit, recorded in February 1934, to 106 degrees Fahrenheit, recorded in July 1936 and August 1949. Demographics. Edison hosts one of the region's main centers of Asian American cultural diversity. As part of the 2010 census, 28.3% of Edison residents identified themselves as being Indian American. In the 2000 census, 17.75% of Edison residents identified themselves as being Indian American, the highest percentage of Indian American people of any place in the United States, with 1,000 or more residents identifying their ancestry. Edison is also developing a sprawling suburban Chinatown. 2010 census. At the 2010 United States Census, there were 99,967 people, 34,972 households, and 26,509 families residing in the township. The population density was 3,339.0 per square mile. There were 36,302 housing units at an average density of 1,212.5 per square mile. The racial makeup of the township was 44.10% white, 7.05% black or African American, 0.23% Native American, 43.19% Asian, 0.04% Pacific Islander, 2.72% from other races, and 2.68% from two or more races. Hispanics or Latinos of any race were 8.11% of the population. There were 34,972 households, of which 36.4% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 62.3% were married couples living together, 9.6% had a female householder with no husband present, and 24.2% were non-families. 20.4% of all households were made up of individuals, and 7.9% had someone living there alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.80 and the average family size was 3.26. In the township, 22.7% of the population were under the age of 18, 7.6% from 18 to 24, 30.1% from 25 to 44, 27.0% from 45 to 64, and 12.6% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 38.1 years. For every 100 females there were 95.8 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 93.8 males. Males had a median income of $66,898 versus $50,953 for females. The per capita income for the township was $36,464. 2000 census. As of the 2000 United States Census, there were 97,687 people, 35,136 households, and 25,881 families residing in the township. The population density was 3,243.0 people per square mile. There were 36,018 housing units at an average density of 1,195.7 per square mile. The racial makeup of the township was 59.49% white, 29.27% Asian, 6.89% African American, 0.14% Native American, 0.04% Pacific Islander, 2.02% from other races, and 2.15% from two or more races. 6.37% of the population are Hispanic or Latino of any race. There were 35,136 households, out of which 34.3% had children under the age of 18 living in them. 61.1% were married couples living together. 9.1% had a female householder with no husband present, and 26.3% were non-families. 21.1% of all households were made up of individuals, and 7.2% had someone living there alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.72 and the average family size was 3.19. In the township, the population was spread out, with 22.9% under the age of 18, 7.8% from 18 to 24, 34.0% from 25 to 44, 23.4% from 45 to 64, and 11.9% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 36 years. For every 100 females there were 96.3 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 94.0 males. The median household income in the township is $69,746, and the median income for a family was $77,976. Males had a median income of $53,303 versus $36,829 for females. The per capita income for the township was $30,148. Economy. Manufacturing. For decades, Central Jersey was a hub for manufacturing in the eastern United States. Many industrial companies had major production facilities in and around the area, including Edison Assembly, Ford Motor Company's production plant for Rangers, Mustangs, Pintos, Mercurys, and Lincolns. Other notable companies included General Motors in Linden, Frigidaire's air conditioner plant in Edison, Hess Corporation in Woodbridge, Siemens in Edison, and ExxonMobil Chemical. Starting in the 2000s, manufacturing began to leave Central Jersey, and many facilities closed and moved overseas. Corporate presence: Majesco Entertainment, a video game company, has its corporate headquarters in Edison. Other companies have warehouse operations within Edison. These companies include the Italian food producer and importer Colavita, as well as the regional hubs for FedEx, UPS, and Newegg. In addition, Edison is home to the state's largest private convention center, the New Jersey Convention and Exposition Center, located within the Raritan Center Business Park. Raritan Center itself is the largest industrial park on the east side of the Mississippi River. The United States headquarters of the international company Zilog Systems is located in Edison. Sports: Plainfield Country Club is a private country club that has hosted the 1987 U.S. Women's Open Golf Championship and the Berkeley's Golf Tournament, the first PGA Tour FedEx Cup playoff event, in both 2011 and 2015. Parks: Oak Tree Pond is the site of the Battle of Short Hills, a minor battle of the American Revolutionary War and whose conversion into a park ended a real estate development controversy. Roosevelt Park, located between Parsonage Road and Route 1, west of the mall, covers 217 acres, including the 8-acre Roosevelt Park Lake. The park was established in 1917, making it the oldest county park in Middlesex County. Government: Local government: Edison Township operates within the Faulkner Act, formerly known as the Optional Municipal Charter Law, under the mayor-council form of government, which was implemented as of January 1, 1958, based on the recommendations of a Charter Study Commission. Edison is governed by a mayor and a 7-member township council. Members of the council are elected at large in partisan elections held as part of the November general election to 4-year terms of office on the staggered basis, with 3 or 4 seats coming up for election every even year, with the mayoral seat up for vote at the same time that 3 seats are expiring. As of 2015, update: the mayor of Edison is Democrat Thomas Lanke, whose term of office ends December 31, 2017. Members of the Township Council are Council President Robert Deal, Council Vice President Sapana Shah, Alvaro Gomez, Robert Karabinchak, Michael Lombardi, Wayne Mascala and Sudhanshu Prasad. The past and only female mayor of Edison was Antonia "Tony" Risigliano, whose term of office ended on December 31, 2013. Election 2005. Running on a good government platform and a call to reform the Democratic Party, Jim Choi won the June 2005 primary by a 56 to 44% margin, defeating longtime incumbent Mayor George A. Spadera, the first time in Edison history that a challenger won the Democratic primary. Choi won endorsements from mainstream Democratic leaders including Bill Bradley, for whom he worked on the 2000 presidential campaign, and was unexpectedly endorsed by a number of traditionally candidate-neutral unions in Edison. An article in the American Prospect details aspects that Choi brought together in his 2005 mayoral campaign, including 1. Attracting new voters into the process, a good government message, anti-Walmart or economic justice theme, and 4. An effective internet-based progressive mobilization. On Election Day, November 8, 2005, Jim Choi declared victory, leading in unofficial results with a vote of 12,126 to 11,935. However, due to the small margin of victory, candidate William Stevens pursued a recount and subsequently, an election contest, both without success. On January 1, 2006, at age 34, Mayor Choi was sworn in by Governor John Corzine as the youngest mayor in Edison history. Choi ran for re-election in 2009, but was defeated in the primary election by Antonia "Tony" Risigliano, who went on to win the general election, and took office January 1, 2010. Recent politics in Edison have concerned plans for zoning the township to facilitate the creation of walkable communities that will attract businesses, while still maintaining open spaces and parks and easy access to commuter transit. This strategy is meant to encourage smart growth. Politics in Edison since the 2005 mayoral election have been polarized by an attempt by retail giant Walmart to open a store in central Edison near the junction of Interstate 287 and New Jersey Route 27. Even though Jim Choi stated in his mayoral campaign that he would stop Walmart from being built, Walmart filed suit and won, and Choi was there to cut the yellow ribbon when the store was opened. Law enforcement. The town is served by the full-time Edison Division of Police, led by Chief Thomas Bryan and employing 168 officers as of 2012, assisted by the Edison Auxiliary Police. The department is striving to overcome a history of widespread officer misconduct. Federal, state, and county representation. Edison is located in the 6th Congressional District and is part of New Jersey's 18th State Legislative District. Prior to the 2010 census, Edison had been split between the 6th Congressional District and the 7th Congressional District, a change made by the New Jersey Redistricting Commission that took effect in January 2013, based on the results of the November 2012 general elections. New Jersey's 6th Congressional District is represented by Frank Pallone. New Jersey is represented in the United States Senate by Cory Booker and Bob Menendez. For the 2014-15 session, the 18th District of the New Jersey Legislature is represented in the State Senate by Peter J. Barnes III and in the General Assembly by Patrick J. Diagnon and Nancy Pinkham. The Governor of New Jersey is Chris Christie. The Lieutenant Governor of New Jersey is Kim Wadenow. Middlesex County is governed by a board of chosen freeholders, whose 7 members are elected at large on a partisan basis to serve 3-year terms of office on a staggered basis, with either 2 or 3 seats coming up for election each year as part of the November general election. At an annual reorganization meeting held in January, the board selects from among its members a freeholder director and deputy director. As of 2015, update, Middlesex County's freeholders are freeholder director Ronald G. Rios, freeholder deputy director Carol Barrett Bellant, Kenneth Armwood, Charles Kenny, James Polos, Charles E. Tomero and Blanquita B. Valenti. Constitutional officers are County Clerk Elaine M. Flynn, Sheriff Mildred S. Scott and Surrogate Kevin J. Hoagland. Politics. As of March 23, 2011, there were a total of 53,352 registered voters in Edison Township, of which 25,163 were registered as Democrats. 6,242 were registered as Republicans and 21,929 were registered as unaffiliated. There were 18 voters registered to other parties. In the 2012 presidential election, Democrat Barack Obama received 62.8% of the vote, ahead of Republican Mitt Romney with 36.3%. and other candidates with 1.0%. Among the 35,546 ballots cast by the township's 54,857 registered voters, for a turnout of 64.8%. In the 2008 presidential election, Democrat Barack Obama received 58.8% of the vote, ahead of Republican John McCain with 39.3% and other candidates with 1.1%. Among the 38,129 ballots cast by the township's 55,305 registered voters, for a turnout of 68.9%. In the 2004 presidential election, Democrat John Kerry received 55.2% of the vote, outpolling Republican George W. Bush with 43.1% and other candidates with 0.6%. Among the 36,205 ballots cast by the township's 52,308 registered voters, for a turnout percentage of 69.2%. In the 2013 gubernatorial election, Republican Chris Christie received 58.6% of the vote, ahead of Democrat Barbara Buono with 39.3%. and other candidates with 2.1%. Among the 21,877 ballots cast by the township's 55,392 registered voters, for a turnout of 39.5%. In the 2009 gubernatorial election, Republican Chris Christie received 46.6% of the vote, ahead of Democrat John Corzine with 44.5%. Independent Chris Daggett with 6.4% and other candidates with 1.0%. Among the 24,097 ballots cast by the township's 53,358 registered voters, yielding a 45.2% turnout.